Well, hi, it's Tom. This is Monday in the studio. Mitz, welcome. Heather's not with us tonight, so it's just me. Please like, share, subscribe, tell a bunch of your friends about us so, we can keep growing this thing and have even more fun. How about that? So Dave, you have a Diet Pepsi. Tony, you have no beverage at all. I my Tony Metters had stopped by with something last week for me, which you'd think I'm an alcoholic by the looks of this. Now, tell me, with a bottle that big, how can that be considered a small batch? Maybe somebody can explain that to me. You would think like small batch would be like small bottle, but this is a gigantic batch of Elijah Craig small batch bourbon. So cheers. So, what's been going on? I hope you guys have been all well. It's been a very busy week since last week. I'll briefly go through a few of the things that happened. I don't know if I told you last week about it, but I have signed a recording contract. Tony Scrook has something for me to try. Hi, Mike. No beverage? Well, you guys all need a beverage. We need to unwind. This has already been a long week and it's only Monday. At least that's my thinking on it. So in this last week, we had some rehearsals with the band. We finished up the final mix on our next single, which is called What Will Be. And I actually got back the master on that late last week. And I finished up on Saturday. I finished up the mix for Dan Azio's next single called Summers of Love. And so we got that off to mastering, and we got the master back yesterday. Waiting to find out from Dan if he loves it or if he loves it. So we'll find out about that real soon. And so I signed a recording contract, for what I did in the 80s. It seems very odd to be signing a contract for something that I did 40 years ago. When I look back and I listen to all this stuff, I had to get everything ready for these guys. And I got everything off on Saturday. I believe it was Saturday that I got it out. They wanted scans of everything that I had, like reviews of us, cover art, lyric sheets, photos from the band. I was 23 when that band began, and no, I was 21. So listening back on a lot of this stuff, having to go through it all again, and just thinking about it, it's very odd. Like if you went back in time and you looked at yourself when you were in your 20s, you'd probably go, there was a little bit of immaturity there, and as a songwriter, I look back on what I did in my 20s and I think I could do better now with that stuff, but that's what it was at that time. And these are people that are interested in putting it all out again. They've signed up to release 4 albums of mine, and plus they want to release a 3-song demo of the 5th album. I actually have the entire 5th album, but so far they're just interested in the 3 songs that we released as a little bit of a demo leading up to the release of the 5th CD, but that never happened. The band broke up. It was our guitar player left in like 89 or 90 to move to Oregon, and we'd carried on as a 3-piece, became very heavily reliant on technology, and we worked really hard, but there was no interest in the industry. The funny thing is, some of my favorite bands at this point would be like Porcupine Tree, Flower Kings, Spock's Beard. I know you guys are going, I have no idea who any of those people are. They're progressive bands. and I was playing progressive music, and my progressive career ended pretty much 92. Right after Trevor was born, we played one show, and there was some pictures from that show. Trevor was like in a little basket carrying him around at the show, and that was it. That was the last time we ever played live. And hi, the bunker. As a matter of fact, we are going to play I'm going to do a little bit about the bunker tonight, but let me finish up with this little rant about the recording contract. So it's kind of funny that they would be interested in this stuff. It all kind of fizzled away, and then it was like 3 or 4 years after I gave up on music completely. That's when there was this resurgence. It was a little bit after grunge, right after grunge kind of hit, this big resurgence in progressive rock again, and all these brand new bands came out. It was around 96. By that time, I was not playing at all. I'd sold all my gear. I only kept a couple keyboards, and I still have one of them here in the studio that I write all our music on. But otherwise, everything went away, and I just raised some kids for a while. And so it's funny that they would get back to me, that a recording company would get to me and say, we want to release your stuff. And a few other people have been interested in some things. I did a little bit of have you ever Googled yourself? So I Googled the band, and I came up with like somebody put like this whole discography of the things that I'd put out, including the final album, which I don't think they had the recordings, but like they have all the liner notes for the final album that I never even put it out. So I'm not sure how people came up with that stuff at all. It's kind of funny. But who knows, better late than never, I guess, right? 40 years too late, but it's kind of funny. But they're going to also promote Shadow Fields as well, which they said in all the stuff that they are going to do for us, they'll promote Shadow Fields. So I worked on that. Our friend Tony Skrook loaned me a scanner, and I scanned like hundreds of pictures and cover art and things like that over the weekend. And that was kind of funny also, just to go back and look at all this stuff and go, oh, those were the days, and we were kids. We were in our 20s. We didn't know anything, we were just naive enough. Hello, Heather Humphrey. We were naive enough to think that we could make it, not realizing that, progressive music accounted for less than 1% of the market, and, that we were in the semi-religious part of it, which made us like 1/100%. So our market share, even if we had gotten huge, was going to be pretty tiny. But we had a great time when we traveled the country. We met a lot of great people, just like what Shadow Fields has been doing for the last 18 years with Heather. We've been traveling. We've been meeting lots of new friends, and that's what it's all about. Fletch, thanks for being here. I'm assuming it's Fletch that's in the house tonight with us. Fletch is from the bunker, and so that was about the contract. I worked on the masters for Dan Azio and for us for our next single, and scanning and rehearsals. This coming Sunday, there's a songwriters session kind of thing at Elmhurst Brewing Company on Sunday. I believe it's like 2 to 4. I don't know. Heather can fill it in or something like that. Heather has a small piece of cookie and an iced coffee. I like I said before, I have the small batch of Elijah Craig, and you'd think that I was an alcoholic. But, I only celebrate, mitts and when we have a CD release and when it's Monday. Occasionally Tuesday and Wednesday. hardly ever on Thursday, occasionally on Friday and Saturday, and sometimes on Sunday. All right, I am an alcoholic. All right, we're going on. So I don't know if anybody has any questions. Hi, Gary. Hi, Pat. I have a little bit of a clip from the bunker. I started working on the stuff yesterday. It's not optimal, God bless Fletch for trying to mix the Nightmare of Us and try to do it live in the same room as us and trying to do all these camera angles and things like that. A near impossibility, because that our music is kind of crazy and the instrumentation is all over the world. And so I got a little chance to go back, and I took just one song so far. I'm hoping to have time to do the rest of the songs where I did not do a truckload of remixing, just a little bit of touch up on the mix, because Fletch had given me all of the raw audio files and the video files, so I was able to kind of repiece things together. I could find any moments like where, Gary was picking his nose when he was supposed to be playing the violin, and I could take that out and I could have an angle, of, Tony looking off into space, bewildered. So I tried to find the better shots of us. But it was fun. And, I guess I could get right to it. Shall we do that? If you've got any questions about anything, throw them in the comments. Thanks for being with us tonight. Please like, share, subscribe, and also, leave a comment or something like that. The more comments we get, the more likes we get, the more YouTube will promote it. And the more they promote it, the more fans we end up getting. And then the more tours we can do, because we're trying to travel around the country and it's always difficult. It's Abel, Dan Azio, and Young Isaac at Elmhurst Brewing Company on Sunday, and that's 11:45 to 2:45. So that'll be fun. I'll be running the sound, so it's going to sound just as great as it could be, right? Okay, so I just zipping through the songs that we had. I just came across Alice, and I thought we did not play that horribly. So I thought, let's just take that one. It's a simple song. I could piece it together, and we can make something out of this. And so here, as long as this works right, is a little bit from the bunker. And please go to the Bunker Live, find them on YouTube. Fletch does great things, and he has different artists every week. So please support him. He's supporting us, and there's very few places that support original music. So we are super thankful for Fletch. Here we go. This is Alice at the Bunker. Our 6th album. This is kind of like the title song of it. And it's about a very discontented young lady named Alice.
Alice wears a tin hat, dancing through the flower bed. She's listening to the music playing inside her head. Bees are buzzing through the vine, wishes hang on a line. The picture of a simple bliss when everything is fine. Alice whispers to the trees some secrets to keep. She'll never tell a single soul, not even while she sleeps. The grass is always greener when it's not on your side of the fence. silver sunlit rays as Alice looks out the window and wants to run away. Drag gray dresses in her room were once purple and sheen. Unlike the birds up in the trees, she's forgotten how to sing. To slow it down. Everyone is slowing down, but she wants to speed it up. When she can't decide which one is more profound, when being content is not much fun. So here is where she'll stay, going nowhere fast, going nowhere fast, going nowhere fast, going nowhere. Alice wears her discontent, lovely like a shiny ring. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Well, what'd you think of that? That was interesting, huh? It's a little unnerving. We're not used to playing together with headphones on, and you're kind of dependent upon your mix and stuff like that, and you could tell like we all have this concentrated look kind of thing. Like, I don't know, we could have been a little more gregarious and a little more fun, but we were concentrating a lot, and it kind of came through on that. So hopefully you like that mix of that. I will come up with some of the other songs. We had just a great time when we were at the bunker. And so can't wait to get the rest of them out. It's been just tough with timing and stuff like that, and trying to get all these different people that we're working with, trying to get their stuff mixed and get everybody's masters done. So that was fun. Mike had asked a question about when would the stuff that I got a recording contract over come out. Well, my assumption, it's going to be in the next couple months. That would be my thinking, which seems really, really soon to me. I don't know how they will do that because, all that stuff, it needs to be mastered. It hasn't, the last time it was on anything, it was on a cassette from the 80s. I believe I got WAV files, that's a high resolution PCM audio file. I got that off the masters sometime in the 90s, just to save this stuff. But I haven't touched it since then. And, it's been, 25 years since I've even looked at any of that. And they said that they want to do the mastering themselves. They want to get it out. Apparently, they want to have me interviewed by, some blogger or some video thing. I think it's like Rock and Metal something. I don't remember what the name of it was called. But apparently, they're booked up until August, and they said, but your CD will be out before that comes out. I'm like, it doesn't matter to me. You can talk to me anytime, anywhere. It's just kind of fun to go back and do that. But I'm really looking forward to all the stuff that we have coming up as Shadowfields. New songs. Heather and I worked in the studio this last Saturday, and we decided that we are not we're going to take that day. We're not going to touch anybody else's stuff. So we just sat down, and our usual thing, we sit down next to each other and we go, all right, what do we want to write? An upbeat song, slow song? So we go, upper mid tempo song. So we go into addictive drums. We usually start with something like that and just play around with different beats until we come up with something that we go, oh, that looks like it might work. And then we'll take that and we'll just put this drum loop down, and then we'll listen to it. We'll just be sitting there listening to a drum groove. And then I'll go, I've got a bass line for that. And so I'll go grab a bass. I start playing a bass line. And then we got the bass line. All the time that I'm doing this, Heather's feverishly writing down words and thinking of melodies. And then I go, all right, we're in the key of A minor. What kind of chords could I put with this thing? So I go over to the piano. I start putting down some chords. It won't end up being a piano song at all, but you got to start somewhere, right? And just like lyrics and melodies and things like that, you just have to start somewhere. You get going. If you want to wait till you have it down perfectly in your brain, you'll be waiting forever. So we just start putting down everything we have, and by the end of the morning, we had a new song. So we're looking forward to that. So that's going to be coming up. The next new song for us, what will be, hopefully come out in late June, maybe early July or something like that. I know we have the masters in hand, but I'd like to be able to put out a video with it. And so far, we don't really have any video ideas for it. So we had that video idea for, all right, I had the video idea for On the Dime, where Heather's, controlling us like a puppet master, pretty typical. And so we had that going for us. So it's kind of, where do we go with this one? I have a couple ideas, but we'll see. I had this idea about walking through the park, singing the song, with a gimbal in front of me on like some type of a telescoping selfie arm kind of thing, but me, I'd probably end up falling in the lake or something like that, which might be a good shot as well, but I don't know. All right. So it is 8:24. I think that's going to wrap it up. If you are in the Chicago area and you want to hang out with me and Heather on Sunday, 11:45 to 2:45, something like that, we're going to be at Elmhurst Brewing Company. We are not singing and playing. We're just going and hanging out with some friends, and we're listening to them play some music and making them sound great and encouraging them, because that's what it's all about. We come alongside other people that are trying to write original music, and we try to encourage them to keep going, because right now, the music scene, it's pretty difficult. Unless you've got an awful lot of money for payola, it's pretty tough to make inroads, And with Spotify changing their payout, now they aren't going to pay you a dime unless you've got over 1,000 streams a month per song. So that's a pretty rough thing, because they were already messing around with us. And between Spotify, Apple, and BMI not really going to bat for us anymore, it's been rough. So we want to come alongside other people that are writing original music and say, whether we make it huge or whatever that means, don't need to be some type of pop icon, but if we can keep building each other up so we can play some theater shows, do things like that around the country. Speaking of a theater show, July 7th, please come out. We're going to be in the Chicago area at the Moonlight Theater in St. Charles, right around the corner from the Arcada, 100-seat theater. It'll be a beautiful day. Fletch, you should come out for that. That's going to be a lot of fun. That's on I believe that's a Sunday, the 7th of July. And we're going to have a great time. It's an early show. It's not going to be late. I believe it starts at 4 till 6:30 or 7 or something like that, or 4:30 to 7, something like that. 3 bands. Can't beat it. Beautiful little room. nice theater. They have small plates. So, bring out your better half and have something to eat, have a couple drinks, listen to some great music, and enjoy an afternoon with us. So that's enough advertising, isn't it? This has been Tom and without Heather in the studio. This is Mitts. We're here every single Monday night doing the same thing. And please like, share, subscribe, tell a few friends about us so we can grow this. I assume within the next couple weeks, we'll have Dan Asio in for his next song, not the one we just got a master for, but the previous master. No one's heard this song yet. And it's called Far Out of Here, and it is far out of there. It's very cool, and you'll enjoy that. So stick around with us. We'll be back next week. Both Heather and me should be here, and we'll have more fun then. Thanks, everybody. Have a great night.